Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Green Zero here and I'm back once again with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. We're once again having a look at the archives there. Lots of games there that didn't get the attention they probably deserved there. Anyway, this one is from 2010, February of 2010 here. And I do believe that Crunk did make a VOD at the time. I'm not sure if it's still up. You'll have to check the link in the description of my video. It'll take you to the replay and all sorts like that. I really should have checked, but I wasn't thorough enough, obviously. Anyway, we have BestFriendEver, who is Khufu playing as GDI, and Seinfeld, which is Technique, playing as Nod Vanilla. We're on a tournament decision, so it's going to be Technique versus Khufu on decision. Here we go. This is going to be a really tight game. I did see this one when it comes out, but I'm not going to give anything away. We have Seinfeld, which is obviously Technique Smurf. Going to call him Technique because everyone loves him. He's probably the only, he's really the only member of the Elite Circle remaining in the game. And if we jump over to Khufu now here, again from early 2010, Khufu was still reasonably active. Remember, this is the time when Conquer Cup was dominating in early 2010. That's really what breathed life back into the game, and a lot of pros playing in Conquer Cup. Conquer Cup was very successful. We have Khufu drafting a third engineer, by the way, so he's going for a tower. It's really the only reason he'd build another one at this stage with the scouts he has. And he knows he can get this building. He's just going to bypass it, see if he can cut off anything from Technique here. But Technique's going to be able to take this garrison, and he will be set there. But it looks like, oh, the second squad is actually cutting across, and he's going to go right down the guts here. So it looks like Technique's going to be able to intercept that, and all Technique fires first. It's going to be hard for Khufu to win. Normally he should win, but he didn't fire first, and that may just cost him the scouting squad, and it does. Technique is like, hell yeah. That was a good victory for him. Minor victory, very small, but it all counts. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that last video from the archives I had, Spectre versus Technique. I do believe that was a great game. Everyone seemed to enjoy it. So we're going to be bringing you more videos or more games from past action. Like I said, this one does already have a VOD by Crunk. You can check that out in the description, by the way, if it's still available. Anyway, what have we got here? We've got a second harvest coming out for Khufu. Looks like he's just going to go for the standard here. Looks like Technique takes this building. They're not firing on each other. I think they can fire on each other from those positions there. But neither side took the garrison in the middle. Remember, all these garrisons are already badly damaged, so it doesn't take a lot to knock them down. Looks like Khufu's just going to set up his perimeter here in these two structures. And there you go. He's actually going to move to... No, he's going to leave. He's going to go up and grab one of these structures so Technique can't sneak anything around the top. So that's a good move there from him. Meanwhile, doesn't look like Technique's doing anything. He's just got the 4 and 2 up. So here we go, just playing it nice and steady. We are in decision. Obviously, it's one of those maps where you tend to. It's relatively easy to protect your main. I mean, there's not a lot you can do at the start of the game. There are rushes, not as easy to do. I mean, you are closer to the enemy, but because of the terrain and that tower there, he actually gets the aggressive tower. That's nice work there. And he takes out Technique Scout, and there's a few peoples coming in here. Just 2. He probably built 2 so he could take on any bikes. He could one-shot the bikes with 2 peoples, but no, he's just going to come and he's going to see there's no bikes. He's going to take a swing at these harvesters, but really I can't imagine Technique losing a harvester here. Here comes a Scorpion tank putting up another ref, and he does manage to knock off 50% of the health of that harvester, so that's nice. He's going to pull that one off the line. So, I mean, he didn't lose anything. He didn't lose any peoples. He forced a Scorp tank out, and he's pulled this harvester off the line. Let's see how long Technique's going to leave it there for repairs. He may just wait until it's fully repaired before sending it back. So yeah, straight up not vanilla here. So he does have stealth harvesters. Technique, a big fan of Black Hand actually. Or one of the people might get picked off by this scouting squad here. But he's firing the rear arm. He's just going to escape with that people there. So nice work. Khufu spreading his refs out, by the way. Doesn't want to get hit with one-clicks. Tournament decision. It's notorious for not one-clicks. They can cause a lot of damage to your economy here, especially since you tend to sit on one base for a lot longer than normal because you have so much Tiberium. I mean, look how big this field is. It's a huge field. You don't have to expand as readily, and the expansion is actually quite easy to defend, although artillery usually becomes a factor later on in the game when you get to this expansion. There is more Tiberium up here in the top left-hand side here than the field down here, but you got to remember that there's another field right here. So if you go up to the top and your enemy goes down here, they can crawl around and grab the other field, you know, relatively unopposed unless you've got an army down there, but you really would want to defend your base up here as well. I mean, it's a long time to move armies across the map here because they have to go through that choke. Meanwhile, Khufu is mobilizing with some forces over here. He's got a APC, and he's got the APC there. Oh no, he's got a couple of APCs. I was just going to say he's just going to use those to clean up scouts, but he's going to attack Technique Spike. Technique hurting a little bit here, but he's going for a lot of infantry here. Double racks. He has his tier 2, and he's going for his shrine, and he's almost got an upgrade done. Let's see which upgrade he decided to go for first. It is going to be Tib Infusion, so that's going to give him immunity from the Tiberian fields. That's going to give him increased hit points and increased movement speed here. It's not going to save his spike, unfortunately, so there you go. That's pretty bad for him. And it looks like Khufu is taking the top expansion here. And, oh, he deploys relatively early. He could have gone a little bit further, I would imagine. But Technique not going to be able to save his spike there. Even Black Hand squad's joining the party. And I'm not sure what Technique's his tactic is here. He's building a lot of infantry. I'm like, yeah, infantry's good. And he just sold his war factory, so he's really committed to staying on the ground with these infantry forces. I mean, he's up against Pitbulls and APCs. He doesn't. Khufu doesn't have AP ammo yet, and this Black Hand squad, the reason he built that is because it's so resistant it can run up and burn down this structure, but there's APCs coming in and they destroy the Black Hand squad, and Technique is not going to be pleased with that. He spent money on that, obviously, but Khufu does have a scout down south, and both sides just playing it cool at the moment. Technique's going for an expansion. He does have a tech lab up. I'm not sure what he's doing with that. He doesn't appear to be building anything with it. He's not upgrading anything either. I'm not sure why he would have placed that, maybe just for safety. Although it does give him the redemption ability. Maybe he's looking to use that, and it looks like Khufu. What is this? Is this triple airfield against man spam? Surely he must know that there's man spam. I would not go for triple airfield Orca against this much man spam, I don't think. Again, those Orcas aren't going to be able to do anything to that man spam. And these two Scorpion tanks come down here, they find two Predator tanks, and the two Predator tanks are going to chase them. And they will be able to destroy both of these Scorpion tanks. Yeah, they should even get that one there, which is just about dead. There we go. So stopping those guys from coming into Khufu's base. There's his triple upgraded power plants. And oh, also, by the way, as Khufu's coming in, this was one of the top replays of 2010. So you can check it out in my highlights VOD here. And it looks like Technique is a little bit out of position, forcing to fight across the tip field. And two Harvesters are going to get sniped out immediately. And here come the Orcas. Look at all the infantry coming in. Oh man, and the scan goes down to help rebuild these units here. Even though he's got Pitbulls, he's just getting the scan out just in case so none of them can run. Oh man, there's so much shooting going on here. Look at all the rockets going up. Look at all the, oh man, the Harvesters are getting targeted though. And Khufu has targeted down most of the Harvesters here. There is one remaining. Minefield's going down, but oh, he actually gets out with a decent amount of Pitbulls. Quite a lot of Pitbulls got away. APC's not so lucky, they're going to go down. The Pitbull's not going to be as useful anymore, but Technique has been reduced to one Harvester. That's devastating. Now cleaning up the minefields there. How many Orcas did he lose? Looks like all of them. Oh, that was a huge expenditure from Khufu. I mean, he did the damage. He got all but one of the Harvesters. Technique does have one Harvester down here on a ref. He's got another Harvester there. And oh, there's two Orcas there. They're going to be denied immediately. He should stop the Orc production. I don't think they're going to help him anymore. He's still continuing though. He does have AP ammo. And Technique is going to push through this choke point. And Khufu, he needs some defense, and he needs it now. He's got a war factory up here. He's still trying to build Orcas here. And there he goes, selling up his main. And he's going to start. He should move the Rifleman squads up as well, just to give himself a hand here. Technique trying to reestablish down here. He does have Tib Core though. Far out, so that's what he was using his tech center for. Tib Core is done. Obviously expecting more air. Khufu is still progressing with the air here. That Harvest, I'm not sure where he's heading. He's been rallied to the Tiberium on the edge there. And I really think he should wait for these infantry to pull closer to his tower defense here, because this massive crane is in the way, and that's really going to hurt him. And Orca Strike comes in, doesn't nail that much. It would have been better to go here. But all those APCs on a move order bring themselves in range. He shouldn't have done a move order there. He should have done a general attack order, because he's bringing himself in range of the infantry at the back. Whereas the infantry would have to run forward and then clump up. The tower's now firing on the infantry squads over here, but he's going to need more towers. There's more APCs coming in now. These Pitbulls not being able to do much. Not much else is happening. Looks like Khufu's trying to leech the field down the bottom right here. And it looks like he will hold here. Oh, far out. Both sides expending a lot of units here and a lot of economy. There's some more infantry forces. There's two Black Hand squads coming in. I think Technique meant to rally them onto the tower, but it hasn't happened, and these APCs should come down to deal with them. But can he burn the tower down first? We've got a battle marker down here. Looks like there's a Tib Core bike. And he's going to notice that two Predator tanks still sitting there. They were attacked by the Scorpions, but they're going to be fine. And I don't think he's going to be able to flame down this structure here. He did manage to take that garrison, but really, what's he going to achieve? There's APCs here. He doesn't have much Black Hand in there. The tower is still up, which is just devastating. Oh man, that tower is just adding so much firepower to this position. Meanwhile, Technique camping out the top here with his infantry. Obviously can't go in. There's too much towers here. That one Harvester has been pulled back. Khufu might want to rectify that pretty quickly. He's got double ref going on down here. What's happening down here? Orcas, there they are. I'm not sure what. I was not paying attention. He did have 4 of them. They were going around. They did snipe down the last Harvester there, but 3 of them got shot down. A lot of Orcas being shot down in this game. Tib Core bikes over here now, and Technique has expanded, and Khufu's like, oh, hang on. I can't really let him get this much economy going up here. Battle marker over here looks like, and there you go. He's moving the APCs, and he should have enough to overwhelm these rockets. Yes, maybe if this garrison was up, that would really help Technique out. Even no, not quite saving the Harvester. Full Tib load goes down. That's unfortunate, but he does manage to crush the infantry army here. And Tib Core Bikes now finish off those 2 Predator tanks, and all these Harvesters, they're as good as dead. So Khufu, this is a real problem for him, because now Technique does have access to more Tiberium, and he's still got Tiberium on his main as well. So he's not going to be enjoying that. A few APCs coming down here. They should be able to clean up these infantry as long as he doesn't get stuck on a move, or he should go general attack. Oh no, he's going to bring himself in range of all those infantry really, really quickly. Oh, more APCs. Whoa, look at all these APCs. I did not notice that. Meanwhile, it looks like Technique is mobilizing in the south. You can see the big blotch on the radar. There could be more rocket squads, and he's going to come in here. He's actually sending his bikes up here to try to deal with these APCs. APCs versus typical bikes, it's pretty iffy. It's going to depend on really the positioning. The bikes can try to kite a little bit. We got another battle marker down here. Looks like he's under siege from that small group of infantry. He should be able to hold it off. The people haven't done much for a while now. They are in the main. They really could use them up here though, because the Pibbles will be pretty good against these typical bikes, two-shotting them down, and the APCs are actually going to get cleaned up. They will destroy a decent amount of these bikes though, and it looks like Technique was forced back with the infantry. He should take the garrison here and here. That would really make it tough for Khufu to get through there with just APCs and Pitbulls. It's really going to cost him quite heavily there. He doesn't have a lot up top either. He's got 1 Orca remaining, hasn't built any more. Few Tipcore bikes moving over here, and that Harvester from Khufu, that's a brave Harvester, but he's going to get taken out. How many Harvesters is there remaining? He only has 3 Harvesters here. It looks like just 3 Harvesters for Khufu. That's really going to hurt. I mean, typical bikes are heading over here. There's a bunch of Rifleman squads. Can't do much against these bikes, but I mean, they can focus them down if they have time. Peoples are coming up. That's good. That's going to be able to defend him quite nicely there. No tech from Khufu. Still is tier 2, but no tier 3. And there you go. Technique taking that 1 bunker. That's going to be a pain. He's going to have to focus that down pretty quickly. And really, because there's no other forces here for Technique, he's probably not going to be able to hold that. Yeah, it is going to get focused down, and he should be able to destroy it here. Putting mines down over here, he can see the Harvesters that are docked, and Technique immediately pulling those back. There is another attack up here. It looks like, oh no, he's getting hit with the grenades. What do you call it? Grenades? Hallucinogenic grenades, or what are they called? And it looks like Khufu is going to press this attack. I mean, he doesn't have any stealth detection. Once these mines stop revealing these APCs, not APCs, Harvesters going to be in trouble. The Peoples are coming down. They're a little bit late. Typical bikes now pushing, and they may be able to clean up these forces here. I don't think there's enough Pitbulls here. More rockets coming out, and there you go. Yeah, he just got annihilated there, didn't he? Look at all the Pitbulls and the dudes flying out and bouncing all around. It's got to be painful. And now he's pulling back. Got a little bit of Tiberi growing there. Really does need another Harvester. But Khufu took his sweet time cleaning this field up. Still hasn't managed to do it. But again, Technique not managing to clean this field up. 1 Orca there uses a pulse scan, realizes there's nothing there. I mean, you can tell if there's something there if the Tib is moving, because you can see that the Tib is being sucked up by a Harvester, or else it would be docking. So just something quite subtle there. Orca Strike comes in, not sure if it nailed anything. The ref has got some significant damage on it. Technique, by the way, doesn't seem to have that much, does he? He is really, he's really hurting as well. The Tibcore bike's now moving out of the base, but there's a lot of Pitbulls and APCs here. I don't think he's going to be able to take that on. And there you go, trying to just kite down these units here. Not sure what Khufu's doing. Power super vulnerable in the corner here if he gives up this base, but again, he really needs to go back and get this Tib, and massive drop in frame rate there. I think someone used the radar jamming missile technique. Yeah, that really glitches up the frame rate sometimes. Or when you use the Venoms have an ability which no one ever gets, called signature generators, I believe. And basically you can get the one Venom to show up as multiple targets on the radar, but since the radar is so useless in Kane's Wrath, it's not completely useless, but it's pretty bad. It doesn't really do much but just slow the frame rate down a lot if you just spam it on a lot of Venoms. And here come the Orcas now. He has got stealth detection from the Pitbulls here, and he's going to go in, but oh, there's Tipcore bikes, and they're going to get annihilated. There they go. They're just getting destroyed, but all the Pitbulls and APCs are coming in now to join the attack. He could have coordinated a little bit better if he came in a few seconds later with the Orcas. He could have sniped them down and shot at the bikes, and Technique would have really been split in this fire, but he took care of the Orcas pretty quickly. And just as he finished the Orcas off, the APCs and Pitbulls managed to get into this position. More minefields going down. Nice attempt here, but I just don't think any real Harvesters have gone down. And there's a heroic bike there, by the way. Yeah, we still have 3 Harvesters there. 1 may have gone down, but really a lot of expenditure of units there from Khufu. We have another battle marker up here, and it looks like that tower is still standing, killing infantry over here. And that's just been a pain for Technique all game. What do we got happening over here? Orca Strike coming in. We still have Orcas being constructed for Khufu, but with Tibcore bikes and rocket infantry, I really don't think that's the correct response here. And he's going to have to expand. So actually, I can see an expansion on the top of the screen here. He does have a Konya down here now. This is important because look how much Tiberium. There's a lot of Tiberium there. Technique does have build control here. or build radius, but Khufu needs to, if he's got any units, he needs to destroy the ref, and then he can take out all the power plants. And look at that, all but one of them are upgraded. Oh, actually, no, only 2 of them are. But that's basically all of Technique's power. It's all of his power. So that would really hinder his production here. And I don't think Khufu's going to be able to hold on to this position. He's bringing the Orcas in, he's got a few APCs and Pitbulls, but this War Factory is in an extremely vulnerable position. 2 core bikes with a rocket combination. Oh man, this is going to be too much for this position. And the Orcas now are actually going to suicide in trying to get some bikes. I mean, they can one-shot bikes, but really at this stage of the game, he can't afford to lose that much stuff, considering Technique has a majority of the Tiberium under his control. Kind of, I mean, Khufu needs to start mining this like right now. He's got a structure almost done. It better be a ref. He does lose this position down here. Another harvest getting sniped down here. And all these structures now, they're going to have to be sold off, or else they're just going to give away veterancy. And Khufu really does need the money. There you go. He needs the money from the structures being sold. He's going to lose them anyway. I mean, he does kind of need these power plants for as long as possible, because he's not going to have any power without them. Selling off all up here as well. He's got 2 towers there. They're all blacked out. They've got no power. And still the rocket and Tib core combination here. You don't really see this much bikes late game, but because of the way the game's shaped up, how no one really has any armies left, they've just annihilated each other. These bikes are actually really quite good. And you can see now, pulling these Pitbulls over here, he needs to get power up. He's got power up. He needs to destroy these structures, because Technique could drop down. He could drop down shredder turrets, but really, what's he going to do? They're not going to do anything. I guess he can't really drop down anything. There's not much he could do. He could put down a barracks or perhaps something, but looks like Khufu is going to be able to destroy this refinery. Technique will make a move. He's going to have to stay away from this tower. It hasn't been repaired, so maybe with 1 volley of the bikes, he could take it down. He'll lose 1, maybe 2 bikes there. So that's going to be quite good, powering down the ref. He doesn't require that ref there, but he obviously wants to keep it there because it gives him build radius. And a lot of Tiberium here from these harvesters. He's got 3 lined up here. And here we go, attacking this position. I think Khufu just wants to stall Technique for as long as possible so he can get his new base up in Technique's main, which is a really weird position to be in. You do see it sometimes, but not that often. And yeah, he's just trying to cause damage to Technique now. Cause as much damage as he can and delay him for as long as possible so he can establish this base over here. And looks like he did drop a barracks, and there are a few Tib core bikes, but there's not enough. Khufu has the force down here now. Power plant blocking there. Needs to finish off that refinery and kill these guys over here. More towers coming down now. They will be able to shoot at the units coming out of the barracks. And Technique is stalled on cash. He's a little bit stalled on cash. The tower does go down. A lot of bikes coming in. Is he going to be able to defend out this position? I think he will. He's got a lot of towers here. And those towers, they can focus the bikes down reasonably quickly once they have APM. And that heroic bike is going to be a pain there. But a lot of the bikes actually in very good health. There's only one that's really damaged here. And the rocket infantry are basically all being cleaned up now. And you can see he's transitioning. He's just going to pump out rockets. They're very cheap. Bikes can't really do anything against them. I mean, if they got Tib core, they can try to splash them to death, but it's not very effective. And now selling off those structures there. The rockets need to watch out because the militant's going to try to kill as many as they can before they go down. They do manage to damage that squad there. May have killed one of the members. And as you can see, he's going to clean up these power plants. Technique in a little bit of trouble. He could sell off some of these refs. He's building engineers. Not sure what he's going for. He did take that spike. Maybe he's got this spike on his mind. It's going to be 2 spikes to Technique, 1 spike to Khufu. And oh, he needs to watch out there. He's getting hit by those rockets. And a few bites going down. That's really going to hurt Technique. That is really going to hurt him. And I mean, compo armor would be nice, but I really just don't think Khufu has the time or the money for it. He's got a structure queued now. He's almost cleaned up this Tib. He's got a lot of harvesters in waiting. But really, what's he going to do with this Tib? Because he's stuck at this base. He's going to have to move to where there is Tiberium or to go and destroy Technique. Technique does have 4 ref. He doesn't really need 4 ref. He could sell off at least 2 of them, 1 at each base. Leaving these towers behind because it's going to cause problems here. We have a war factory coming up. I mean, he could transition to just full-on infantry if he got a... what do you call? I mean, he's against Not Vanilla. If he got an armory, he could just get 2 sniper teams and then just mass rocket. And he could snipe his way from a distance and rocket everything else down. That would really cause problems for Technique. These 2 Pitbulls over here just making sure that Technique hasn't expanded. He did see that Saboteur, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything about it. I mean, he drove past it, but he may not have seen it. It's a very small unit on the map here. And Khufu now packing up, and he's going to move here. Hallucinogenic grenades going off. He does kill the squad, but now the Rifleman squad is turning on itself, and that one guy kills the rest of his squad and just continues on. Obviously, can't shoot himself. That would be quite silly. And we have a Rifleman squad over here, and what is going on over there? The engineer is being pulled back, but oh, this Rifleman squad could intercept, but it's not going to. And the bike's now moving around. These 2 Pitbulls are just about, yeah, they're going to die. He may be able to get 1 shot off with them, but he's not going to be able to destroy a bike there. That bike taking some damage. Technique has managed to recover a few bikes here. Could get that Tiberium if he wanted to, but yeah, really slowed down now. I mean, they've obviously exhausted most of the Tiberium. They've obviously annihilated each other's armies. And looks like Khufu's moving to this field here. That's going to be very nice. That's really going to help him, that Tiberium there, and he cleans up these forces. He needs the other tower though, doesn't he? He really needs that. And I mean, he's got this base down here. Technique can't really do much about this. What's in the foxhole? Just some rifles. That's not going to do too much here. And he's going to come through with these APCs, and he's got APC Rocket, which is actually just as good a combo as Sniper Rocket that I was saying, except the APCs aren't as vulnerable. I mean, they can get Tib Core down. We've been seeing a lot of APCs go down to the Tib Core rockets here, or bikes. And that bike, I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's going to get destroyed immediately. Maybe Technique sent that through there as a scout. And oh, look where all these buggies come from. That is a big problem for Khufu. The buggies can tank a lot of rocket fire as well as AP ammo damage, and all the towers now are being immediately focused down. There's only one remaining. Oh no, actually there's two remaining here. But yeah, that was not good, and he's got his units over here now. A lot of buggies coming in. They still have a decent amount of health. He needs to... Oh, he should have dropped some minefields before retreating, because Technique's just going to roll through here. And oh man, who's going to win? I can't even see what's going on in there. All the rockets are evaporating, and the Tib Core bikes are just pushing their way through. Oh man, I bet you haven't seen this in a game for a while. Buggy brute forcing their way through an army. Of course, Khufu didn't exactly have any armor in there, so and I think he's going to win this game. He's going to come through now, and there's that heroic bike still going, and Khufu's got nothing much to defend himself. He's getting camped outside of his barracks, and his harvesters are being annihilated now. That one tower going down, trying to place them behind the structures. But that last battle went really bad for Khufu. I mean, he still has that base down there, but really, what's he going to do? He's losing the remainder of his harvesters here, and he's even low on power. He doesn't have any power. He sold up all the base over there. And oh no, there's only one harvester remaining. As soon as Technique sees that, he's going to take that one down. And Khufu surrenders there, so far out. What a game. What a game. You can see why that was one of the top 10 of 2010. That was a great game there. And oh, look at the units tab actually. Let's go straight back to that units tab. Far out, massive amount of infantry here by Technique. And because he built so much at the start, the rest of the game is sitting down here around the 50 unit mark the rest of the game. Because Technique transitioned from infantry into bikes. And kept some infantry on the side there, but Khufu was really pushing APC Pitbull. It's not the map you see APC Pitbull do well on. I mean, obviously he made it work pretty well, but I think the Orcas just weren't as cost effective as they could have been. Yeah, he took out all the harvesters, but he kept trying to rebuild them. I really think he could have out-muscled Technique on the ground, but because he never went for any kind of armor or anything like that, Technique just continued with what he was doing, and he won through attrition there, so well done. Structures up and down. Resources, you can see that here's probably where the attack is here. You can see that Technique all of a sudden died at about the 6-minute mark, so that was actually a relatively early attack by Khufu. And lost all of his harvesters, and Khufu just soared ahead, but he didn't get his economy in the top field as down pat as he would have liked. I don't think he could have been way up here, I think, but he just took his sweet time there. And then Technique secured both the bottom fields, but nice work from Khufu to actually get a lot more money there. That was quite well, quite good. 20 minutes 50 seons. So if we go down here, it was 151,325 to Khufu and 137,576 to Technique. So that was 14,000 in favor of Khufu. Obviously not really much of an issue for a 21-minute game, but and I mean Technique was really about that distance for a majority after the 6-minute mark. So it wasn't too bad. Both sides really fighting it out there. A 2.01 kill death ratio to Khufu, which is quite good. 0.48 to Technique, but for Nod that's actually not too bad. So yeah, all came down to positioning and the unit combination there. The decisions made. Interesting game by both players. I mean, Technique did get his tier 3, but he just got his Tib Core and then he sold off, didn't want it anymore. Oh geez, I got a phone call. Oh man, what's going on there? Jeez, I thought that was on silent. Anyway, let's keep going through the stats here. We have units created for Seinfeld. He obviously created more, or Technique created more. He lost a lot more as well. We go to the structures tab there. They created about the same, and they lost, I mean, Khufu lost 10 more structures, had to invest. Probably that 14,000 extra he got was invested into base defenses as well as structures there, so that was unfortunate. That's probably what happened to the money. Anyway, geez, that's really thrown me out of this gist anyway. I hope you all enjoyed this game. And don't forget to check out GameReplays.org and the link in the description. And all said and done anyway. Hope you all enjoyed this VOD. I'm Green Zero, and I'll see you all next time.